Warning. Due to being played on an emulator and just being, well, Harmony of Dissonance, this LP will contain multiple instances of background and foreground images that flash, flicker, or both, or are just incredibly bright and garish. I will try to give warning of the most egregious areas via the subtitles, but in case I slip, please be aware of the possibility if you are visually sensitive. Hey guys, Penadaily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance. In the last episode, we made it to the Luminous Cavern, and today we're going to continue on with both the cavern and the plot. Eventually, at least, we're going to continue on with the plot. Ow, dang it. Come on, dude. Bone throwers. Alright, so come up here first, because there's some good stuff. We get a sage statue. And I will go over these, anytime we put them down, I'll go over anything new. And that is a mana prism. Unlike in Aria, mana prisms are not full magic restorers. They're actually basically this game's equivalent of the Mind Up. There are also big mana prisms, which are the high Mind Up. Yeah, no. I am not... axes are nice, but I'm not going for an axe right now. Ow. Better to get hit with those skulls, though, because they don't do anything except hurt you, than to get poisoned by the pollen. So. Alright, let's see here. So, we've got this gentleman. Yeep. Right, alright. We just, kill this guy. We're just gonna clear this place out, mostly just for map completion. Though, there's actually something fairly nice you can get from... You can get an Uncursed Potion hidden behind that man-eater, which isn't horrible. And another bomber armor. Let's just kill this jerk. Hey, and we leveled up. That's always nice. So, alright, so, moving right along. Let's see here. Now, we've come through here, and that's really everything in here. So we're gonna head back and do the bottom part of this place. Alright, let's see. There we go. Skeleton ape. Alright. So, let's see. Yeah, this place is kind of boring, but it'll get much more interesting fairly shortly. So, first, head this way. Watch out for the bomber armor. You can dodge his bombs. I'm just so pants at it that I usually don't bother. Ah, that's nice. Big heart. Okay. Right, so we come over here for map completion, and we meet two new enemies. The Scarecrow, otherwise known as how the heck did they get this past the Nintendo censors, and the Slime. Watch out for the Slimes. They can inflict status ailments on you. Now, I'm not sure if they're color-coded by status ailment. It's been my experience that pink slimes always petrify me, yellow slimes always curse me, and green ones always poison me. I don't know, though, if that's actually, a thing, or if that's just confirmation bias plus luck. And we have the Siren. Oh, she's kind of an annoyance. Watch out for those attacks she throws. There we go. She's not too difficult, though, if you're careful. And kill the bone pillars. Yeah, she's basically, her sprite is that of the quote-unquote Salem Witch in Symphony of the Night, which was actually called Aliarumnus in the Japanese. But in this one, she's just the Siren. Alright, so kill her. If you move in, if you move in close enough, you can actually hit her with the upswing of the whip, which is nice. And here we have our first real block-pushing puzzle. So let's get the lay of the land first. You want to see where all the pits are, and where you can push things in all the walls. And according to this, there will be a merchant in here, but only if our level is an odd one. And as you can see, we need about 800 experience to get to the next level. So to open that door, we're going to need to put something on it. You can already guess what. So, this is a... Well, that was just sad. This is a fairly simple block puzzle. There will be more interesting ones later. So, you push it. Remember to push it this way, because if you push it to the left, it will land directly against a wall. And then, of course, you want to push it so it falls down through that hole, because otherwise it would land against a wall. And then we just push it this way. Sorry about the noise of the crosses, if you can hear it. I promise to turn it down in editing so it doesn't drive you completely up the wall. But yeah, these crosses, they will hit, and they will last for 3 hits. Of course, you know, that includes candles. So, in some ways, the Wind Bible can be better, but I really prefer Wind Cross. It's just, I like the I like the coverage. Yeah. Yeah, you do want to keep attacking things though with your whip as well as your crosses, because, well, things can get in. It's not an impenetrable shield. It's more like some of the Mega Man weapons. It rotates around you, but if something gets inside of it, you will get hit. But we finished up in there. Ha! Yeah, got you. Kill off all these jerks. So, yes, we finished up in there, and we are about to go fight a... Ooh! And we just got the gauntlets. These are nice. These are some very nice... Oh, yeah, the whip is often a good way to get rid of slimes when you're kind of afraid that they will, you know, get in your way. But let's check out those gauntlets. Yes, those are nice. I think we actually find those later in the castle. But, I'm not going to say no to them now. So, we got that life max up, and now we're going to head... No. Let's see. No. There we go. Yeah, that's the problem, is that these things will still, even when they take out the bomber armor's bombs, you will still get hit with the explosion from the destroyed bomb. It's kind of annoying. Luckily, this guy is not too big a deal. Meet the Golem. Ow. Okay. You know, his first attack will always be that thing where he jumps and he will drop rocks on you. Try and keep an eye on them. And watch his tells. Yep. When his arm comes, when he just brings his arm up, he's going to do this jump where he brings the rocks down. He also has another attack, but I killed him too fast. He will bring his arm back, at which point he will punch you. And I am now out of magic. That's alright. It will respawn. You know, eventually, you know, it regenerates. So, this is his only attack in this second phase. And honestly, once he gets to about there, you want to jump over him. Because that thing comes out quite far from him, as you can see. One of the nice things about Windcross, though, is that it is just about whip length. So if you're hitting somebody with the cross, for the most part, you can hit him with the whip. So now we just wait until things, you know, go. Except we killed him. Regenerate was the word I was looking for. But yeah, the Golem is not that difficult, especially if you know all his tells and can hit him quickly with something like Windcross. Alright, so now that we've done that, we come through here. And we get ghosts. Now, this is kind of interesting. So we hit this switch. There's a horrible scream. And we get pink lemonade. I know it's supposed to be blood, I know they were going, they wanted it to be transparent so that you could tell it was, filling up, a liquid filling up the cavern like water. But there's so little red due to the transparency that it just looks silly. I don't know if it's just the transparency effect or if they were afraid that they made it too red and bloody, Nintendo would object, but now be careful, because if you run into the end of one of these platforms, you will get hit by the spikes, and you don't want that. Just keep moving around as best you can, and you'll wind up here. And as you can see, somebody lost his arm. Alright, and now we have this room full of slimes. If you still have Ice Bible, this might not be a horrible place to use it. Because as I said, the slimes will hit you with status effects. Also, they split into little tiny slimes, which if you're not expecting it, can really trip you up. But the other thing you can do is just whack them with the limp whip, which helps a lot. And we get the strange mirror and the yellow stone. Which I'm going to switch to that because there's actually a fair amount of things that are weak to lightning. To be honest, I don't often check. As you can see, slimes are not particularly weak to lightning or fire. But yeah, sometimes it's just easier to attack things this way and not have to worry about them poisoning or cursing you. Just die, okay? Especially these pink slimes, since I'm pretty sure they certainly always petrify me. And petrification is annoying. You have to try and break out of it, and you take double damage while you're stoned. It's just not fun. So we finished that up. There's stuff up there, obviously, but we can't get up there yet. Our double jump is not nearly that impressive. So we're done here, so let's head out. And you remember that bit of the floor that I had, passed over earlier? Oh good, we've leveled up enough that we can kill bomb armor pretty fast. Yeah, that's where we're going next. Seriously though, scarecrows, impaled bloody corpses on a stake. How the heck did that get past Nintendo? I mean, yeah, okay. Really, a lot of the sprites in this game, they're so detailed and so impressive, but they're gothic horror. And you gotta wonder how Nintendo greenlit some of this stuff. Alright. But let's head out. So, yes, we've got the witch. And, yeah, back off. You can whip the pollen out of the air, and I would do so. And, if you keep jumping, you'll, for the most part, not land on the skulls. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So we come down here, and we get more witches. This is where witches start becoming a problem when there's a bunch of them. Although, these aren't nearly as bad as later on we will meet their palette swap, the pixie. And those are way worse. Mostly because they're much more powerful when you run into them, so they take more hits. And their fire attacks they're just awful. But, right now, we get a heart max up, which is nice. And axe armors, right now axe armors aren't a big deal. We've leveled up that we can do a lot more damage to them, and that's very nice. Also, I think they're weak to lightning. So we come in here. In fact, let's check the encyclopedia. It should tell us that. Let's see. Armor Knight. Armor Knight. Those are the guys with the spears, not field armor. They drop field armor. Okay, let's see. Axe armor. Yep, they're weak to thunder. They tolerate fire and weak to thunder, so... you still, if you don't have anything but the redstone, you might as well still hit them with it. But once you get the Yellowstone, definitely want to use that. Yeah, in Symphony of the Night, of course, you found these guys in the reverse library along with the Lion and the Tin Man. Neither the Lion nor the Tin Man are in this game. Neither is the Shmoo. And, of course, neither is the Shmoo's famous drop, the Chrysiogram, or Volman Way. I love Symphony of the Night, don't get me wrong, but whoever translated it really liked Lord of the Rings. Ow, crap. Yeah, here, see, I'm poisoned. So, even though I never did this in the, in Aria, I am going to use Anti-Venom. Because, yeah. And another Warp Room. And now we are back someplace with more color. The Sky Walkway, which I really like the music here. And here we have Maxim. Juste, have you found Lydie? You're Maxim, aren't you? Hey, what do you mean by that? Nothing. Forget it. So tell me, how did you fare? I have found nothing yet, but my memory is slowly coming back to me. Really? So Lydie is somewhere in this castle after all? Yes, I'm sure of that now, and I know that I have also been here before. And there is something I think you should know. Go ahead, you can tell me anything. The day you inherited the title of Vampire Hunter, I felt as if a wall had been erected between us, and for that reason I set out on my expedition. I wanted to be better than you and relieve you of your fate. Long ago you told me of Dracula's remains. Do you remember that? Yes, I remember. The story of how my grandfather, Simon, gathered Dracula's remains and destroyed them to undo his curse. I thought my wishes would be granted if I too could gather and destroy them. That means that the remains found in this castle are genuine. And that's a little different. If you haven't found the ring yet, Juice says something completely different. Basically, he doesn't realize that the remains are found in the castle yet. They are identical to the ones I found, but I have little memory of what happened after I found them. I only remember Lydie being brought here. If true, Dracula's remains may be giving rise to this castle. Forgive me, this is all my fault. I'm not the one you should be seeking forgiveness from. You ought to apologize to Lydie first. We must hurry and find her. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll be off then. Maxim, I believe in you. Thanks, Juste. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. There is a reason I kind of seriously OT3 ship it. But yeah, I guess well, it's interesting, but that's why I don't consider getting the Vlad's ring with the Ice Fist a glitch, because obviously the developers are well aware of the possibility. Oh man. Okay, now in this case I'm not going to use the anti-venom. I'm just going to sit here and let the poison run out. Once the poison runs out, like that, then I'll get the life max up, because that'll heal me up completely, and that way I don't waste an anti-venom. But yes, those balloons, if you hit them, they will poison you, and it's, not fun. Okay, kill that guy. Let's see. So yeah, we're now once again in a part of the castle we have no map for. Can't go that way, though obviously that wall is one that's not permanent. There's obviously a way past it. And of course we come up here and we can get that anti-venom, which is nice because, giant balloon, or big balloon, excuse me. Yeah. And then of course you've got to deal with them while, dealing with the flying bones. Yeah, that's usually what I do. I just don't want to deal with it. Another thing you can do is that. Now it takes a few hits. Ugh. Yeah. Of course, if you go over them, they will burst even if you don't hit them. they'll burst and spit that stuff at you. So, we're gonna go up here first. More balloons. Honestly, the easiest thing as far as I'm concerned is you just jump over them and don't get hit. And then we're in the Chapel of Dissonance. This is a place we're gonna come back to a lot, but for now, we're going to keep moving. And, Flea Man. Everybody hates Flea Man. But yeah, I mean, one of the things I really enjoy about this game is that it's not easy to get lost because everything looks so different. You know immediately where you are. And it's not just that every area looks different. There are places like this, which looks completely different than the rest of the Chapel of Dissonance. Even though it's not a big area, it's divided into 3 visually distinct parts, so you always know where you are. That was one of the issues the original Metroid had, was every place looked the same. Mostly because it was on a NES and they had to save memory. So, you know, we keep going here. This bit, of course, looks kind of like the chapel area in, Symphony of the Night. And I believe they used this cloud effect thing again in Aria, except a little better done. So, you know, checking this out. We're going to fill out the map as much as we can. And now we come this way. Yep, flying bone. They're annoying. And we've got the various stained glass windows, as you always do in Dracula's chapel. And we come this way, yada yada yada. Ooh, ow. That was just silly. Okay, kill the flying bone. And here we have the Emerald Cloak. Now, it does give a few points of defense, and it might be better than some of what we've got. I'll have to see. But the other interesting thing it does is it changes Juste's, the color of Juste's, shadow thing. Yeah, if you can do the double jump and kick off these guys, you can get up there. But you have to be pretty good at it, and I'm not yet. There! Holy crud, I did it! That's the first time I've ever pulled that off. You kind of want to do that, because there is a boss that we're going to fight, probably at the end of this episode, and you want that relic. See, we go down. The Eye of Vlad has the power to negate curses. You want that. One, you know, by getting it now, you don't have to deal with coming back here when you have a higher jump. Whoop, watch out for that guy. 2, you know, just it's extremely useful for fighting the next boss. So, we're gonna do that. Basically, what I'm gonna do is clear out the entire chapel today and fight the boss, and then probably call it a day after that. So, we'll go that. But yes, if you can do the kick off of the flying bone, it resets your double jump, and you can get up there and get the Eye of Vlad much earlier than, again, you're really intended to get it. Again, I wouldn't call it a glitch, it's just a bit of a sequence break. You know, anybody who plays Super Metroid is very familiar with sequence breaking. I'm not usually good enough to pull them off. My platforming skills, anything that requires timing, I tend to be really awful at. I can't wall jump at all. I've beaten Super Metroid without ever being able to wall jump. So of course I can't really 100% it. But I do okay. I'll probably do that one next. That's tentatively that is my plan for my next LP, but that won't be for a little while. Ow, jeez. Creeps. Okay. So just jump over these guys. Don't get hit by the poison. Just go down. Alright, so we did all of that. And then we can kill this guy from behind. Ha. Ow. Didn't even see you. Get you. Alright, this will lead up to the boss. We're going to skip the boss for the moment, because there's some more stuff to get. So we come through here. You need to watch out very carefully for these balloon guys. I would suggest, just, backing off, because, you're gonna get... Ow! Oh, that was just poor. Okay. Right. Anti-venom. There we go. And just ignore this guy now, because I can't get past him. Hit him, and then just back off. You can destroy the poison bits with your whip, but often it's not that important. It's really not worth the effort, it's easier just to wait. Ha! That works. And now we can just go this way, because there's a little more up here. Just again. Clear out your way if you feel the need. And we come up here, and we get a silver trinket. They're basically candelabras, I guess. Why they're called trinkets, I don't know. Bible can be very useful against the boss that we're about to deal with, but I like cross better still. So, let's see here. We could go down here, but there is, well, axe armor, or not axe armors. What's down there is called a ruler sword, and we can't really go much farther anyway. So, as we check out the map, we see there's only a tiny little bit left to do, other than the bits that, we're not going to do until after the next boss. So, we kill this guy. Ow. That was good. At least when I hit the balloon, I get hurt, but I don't get poisoned. Oh yeah, that's another nice thing is that, with the wind cross, you manage to you can attack guys even when you're sliding. So, this is why you want the Eye of Vlad. Meet the devil boss. If he hits you, he will curse you. And especially in this fight, being cursed is not fun. You really need your mobility just to try and deal with him. So, yeah. When he lands on the floor, he does that. If you're too close to him at that point, he will then hit you with a punch. So he'll wind up with the same particle effects that are, going into his beam will go into his fist, and then he'll lunge forward with a really nasty forward punch, and if you get hit with it, it hurts a lot. And if you don't have the Eye of Vlad, you'll be cursed. You don't want to be cursed, because as you can see, this guy requires a reasonable amount of movement. Just, yeah. If you don't have cross, or, you manage to get here without Windbook, Fire Bible is also not a bad way of dealing with him. Because Fire Bible manages to... It's an upward tornado of fire, basically, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I'm going to keep hitting him with the cross, mostly because it hits him even when I can't, which is nice. You can keep out of range of his attacks, because even if you've got Eye of Vlad, you don't want to get hit. And he will do that sometimes. You definitely don't want him landing on you. So, yeah, just stay back, try to, hit him. Ow, yeah, see, if I did not have the Eye of Vlad, that hit would have cursed me, and I'd be, doing the Belmont pimp strut around the room while trying to deal with his various attacks. But we killed him! And, boy, that was a lot easier. I made that look a lot easier than it actually is, to quote H.C. Bailey. So when we come through here, we get the night vision goggles. And they're useful for exploring the next area we want to go to. And no, I don't mean the area through that door. We can go through there, and a lot of people do, and I think they sort of, I don't say intend, but expect you to. It's sort of one of those red herrings. Because where we really want to go is that area with the puppet sword that I said we weren't going to go to today. So, we're going to save it for now, And tomorrow we will be exploring a new area down there. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.